After my wife's funeral, I went to my sister's son's first birthday. My brother-in-law stood up. Can you imagine having your entire world ripped apart, watching your life shatter into a million pieces at your wife's funeral, only to realize that the very people you called family were already circling like vultures? It wasn't just the soul-crushing grief. It was the chilling, dawning horror that they saw your devastation not as a reason to offer comfort, but as an opportunity to pick you clean. That knife twisted in a wound I didn't even know existed. My name is Caleb. I'm 33, and not long ago, I honestly thought I had everything figured out. A stable job as a project manager at a mid-sized tech company, a wife I adored more than words, our cozy two-story house with a wraparound porch, and the sweet, dizzying anticipation of a baby on the way. Life was finally, truly settling into something beautiful, something good. Then, in an instant, everything just stopped. It still feels surreal to even say it. One rainy night, my wife was driving back from visiting her parents. Her car hydroplaned, spun across the median, and was struck head-on by a truck. She didn't make it. Our baby didn't make it either. The funeral was a blur, a suffocating haze of black suits, endless casseroles, and well-meaning, but empty condolences from faces I barely remembered. I spent most of that day standing by her casket, nodding numbly, shaking hands until my arm felt like dead weight, wondering how the hell the world kept turning while mine had absolutely, irrevocably ceased to exist. My mom, my sister Lindsay, and her husband Mark were there. In that initial fog of shock and pain, their presence felt like a small anchor, a reassurance. Or so I desperately tried to believe. The weeks that followed were strange, a hollow echo of life. I was drowning in a relentless tide of paperwork, life insurance claims, mortgage statements, hospital bills, and still waking up every morning, half expecting to hear her in the kitchen, the phantom sounds of a life that no longer existed. People often say grief brings families closer, a crucible forging stronger bonds. In my case, it seemed to bring out an odd, predatory energy in my relatives. They came by often, yes, but not always to help. Lindsay was the worst of them. She has always been that person, the one who knows better than everyone else, who begins every unsolicited piece of advice with, "What you really need to do is." When my wife was alive, I had a protective shield, a way to tune her out, to let her pronouncements just wash over me. But now, alone, adrift in a sea of sorrow, she saw an opening, a vulnerability she was all too eager to exploit. "You can't keep that house, Caleb," she declared one afternoon, sweeping her gaze around my living room, which felt like a tomb full of sympathy cards. She said it with the certainty of a CEO making a pronouncement. "It's way too big for just one person. You should sell and get a condo." I stared at her, my hands gripping the edge of the couch cushion, knuckles white. "It's my house," I said flatly, the words feeling foreign and heavy. "Yes, but think about it," she continued, gesturing at the walls as if they were part of her PowerPoint presentation. "Too many memories here. You need a fresh start. Plus, the market's great right now. You could make a fortune." I didn't answer. Partly because I didn't trust myself not to say Dawn. T miss the end. Watch the full story, link is attached below.